sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MAFEX Medicom toy, Chapter 1, John Wick. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do, of course, get the basic style box when it comes to Medicom toys. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the bottom, we do get a cool image of the figure. Says John Wick action figure, MAFEX number 70, and Medicom toy. And then here is the bottom of the box with the barcode and blood seal nobody cares about. Then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it with a cool image of the figure there. On the other side of the box does have another awesome image of the John Wick figure. Then the back of it does show a bunch of really cool poses you can get the figure into, along with most of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at the Boogeyman, who is long overdue for an action figure. So really glad that we finally got one. And then we have some more on the way as well. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Medicom did kill it with this John Wick. The face sculpts aren't as good as I wish they would be, but they're definitely decent, and you can see Keanu Reeves in them. The battle damage one isn't as good. The non-battle damage one looks more like Keanu Reeves, and I do have an issue with the battle damage one. Whenever I articulate the joint, it pops off the head, so that is an annoying issue that I have experienced in the past before with MAFEX that I'm not too happy about. But the face sculpt here does look good. I do like the cuts on his face right there. They aren't sculpted on there. They look like they are, but they are just painted on. The eyes both painted, looking the same direction. The eyebrows and the beard look great. It does look like Keanu Reeves' beard, and the beard, I believe, is sculpted. Yeah, it is. And then the hair looks great too. Nice clean paint where it meets the skin tone. The sculpt of it looks pretty good. And then for the neck, you have to be careful of black paint rub, because I got a little bit on the back of my neck, as you can see right there. Either it's from the hair or from the collar on his dress shirt. I believe it's from the dress shirt though, and I do love the matte finish to the suit. I think that looks great on the figure. The tie looks great. I like how they sculpted up by the knot, so it looks like it's actually tied in a knot, and the dress shirt turned out really nice too. We got some sculpted wrinkles throughout it, as you can see there. And then the dress coat also turned out really nice. We got some buttons on this side, a few pockets, some sculpted wrinkles. And then the back, we do get like that crease. Well, 3 of them actually. And then we do get more sculpted wrinkles throughout it, and the sleeves turned out really nice too. You get the sculpted wrinkles throughout it. The elbow joints blend in pretty well. You get some more buttons around the wrist, and then you can see his dress shirt underneath, which looks pretty cool. And then the belt actually looks like a real miniature belt. The silver for the buckles painted nice and clean. You can see the notches for the belt sculpted on there as well. And then the pants here turned out really nice too. We do get the crease in the front, some sculpted wrinkles here and there throughout it. And the back, you do get another crease, and then you get some more sculpted wrinkles. They even added it on the knee joints as well. Then we do get a little bit better sculpted wrinkles down by the lower legs, around the ankles and stuff. And then we do finally get his Hitman dress shoes, which turned out really nice, and they are a glossy black, as you can see, which they should be, and the sculpt of them turned out really nice, as you can see there. On the bottom, not too much going on, but overall, MAFEX really did knock it out of the park with this John Wick, and I definitely can't be any more happy with how it turned out. They could have made the faces a tad bit better, but they still are pretty good. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we don't get a whole ton of stuff with this John Wick, but we do get a decent amount of really cool things. So first and foremost, we do get the MAFEX stand with the larger clamp, the arm, and then the base, of course, has the basic stand articulation. And then we do get 2 interchangeable heads or faces. And starting on the left, we do get the battle damage face, which is the head that does come on the figure out of the packaging. And Medicom did do a very nice job with it. It does look like Keanu Reeves, but it doesn't look as much as Keanu Reeves as the face on the right, which is the non-battle damage face. Now, when I saw the promo images, the battle damage face I thought looked more like Keanu Reeves, but having it in hand, the non-battle damage face looks more like Mr. Reeves or Neo, and they did an excellent job with the non-battle damaged head as well. The sculpt and paint turned out really well all throughout it, and it's very easy to swap the heads. I'll show you how to do that now quickly. And swapping the heads is very easy and basic when it comes to a Medicom figure. So when you want to swap the heads, you just pull up to take the one head off, take the new one, and just push down on the ball peg, and it'll pop right on there. As simple as that. And I don't have the issue with the head popping off when I articulate it like how I have that issue with this head. So we do get the 2 interchangeable heads. And then we also get 4 different guns. So we do get 2 smaller handguns, and then we do get the shotgun and then the larger automatic on the right there. So we do get the smaller handgun here. And they're all just molded in a black plastic, but they do have some nice sculpt detail to them. And he does grip onto all of them perfectly fine. And then we do get the larger handgun, which is probably my favorite gun out of everything. As you can see, it's just molded in the black plastic, but the sculpt, like I said, looks pretty good. Then we do get the automatic here, which is another one of my favorites. And this one is a little crooked, as you can see on mine. But what I do love about this and the shotgun, we get actual cloth straps, which is definitely cool. But the sculpt of them do look really nice, as you can see there. And then finally, we do get the shotgun with the strap. And once again, very nice sculpt detail throughout the gun there. And the straps just go around either his head, or you can put it around his shoulder and head. And I will show you that right now quickly. And the way you put the guns on that have the straps on it, like say this automatic, you could just wrap it under his arm and then around his head right there, so you could have him holster it like that. And then the shotgun, you could just wrap around his head like that. So definitely cool that they did give us real cloth straps. Definitely prefer that over plastic ones. So we do get all his weaponry. And then we finally get 7 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of open hands, which are the hands that do come on the figure out of the packaging. And these are the easiest hands to swap out. The peg holes on the other hands are a bit too tight for the wrist pegs, so it is a little scary swapping them. And I also do have that issue with the wrist pegs constantly splitting apart. So we do get a pair of the open hands, and we do get a pair of fists, of course. And then we do get 1 right trigger finger hand, and then a left gripping hand for him to hold the handgun with both hands. You know what pose I'm talking about. And then we do get another left gripping hand, but this is meant for him to grip onto the other end of the automatic and the shotgun. And I do find it odd that we only get 1 trigger finger hand and not a pair of them. But we do get some very nice sculpt and paint throughout all 7 hands, and you can see his wedding ring on all the left hands as well. But anyway, that is all the cool accessories included with John Wick. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the item, Mr. Wick. To the very top of his head, it looks like he's a little bit over 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to a couple other suited Mafex figures. So we do have the Dark Knight Harvey Dent Two-Face and the Suicide Squad Joker. And then we do have the Mafex comic version Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Moon Knight. And I think this John Wick scales well with other Mafex figures. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Suicide Squad Deadshot and the Infinity War Thor and the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Deathstroke and the Mizco 112 Popeye. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mizco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we do get some pretty damn good movement with this John Wick. So we do have 2 joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint, you could get John Wick to look up about that much. Looks down about that much with the upper neck. Then you do get pretty good pivot there. As you can see, actually, really good pivot. And then we do get swivel there, of course. The lower neck only goes forward a tiny bit and doesn't go back at all, so you can't get him to look up anymore, as you can see there, but you can get him to look down a little bit more. And then we do get a little bit of pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. So alright movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso and the waist, and the jacket, of course, is going to hinder some of the torso and waist articulation, but the torso, you can get him to crunch forward really well. And then going back, this is where it might get hindered a little bit. Actually, not as much, but you can get them to go back pretty far. And then we do get beautiful pivot with John Wick here. Usually with Mafex, we get excellent waist and torso movement, and we do get the swivel. Then the waist here goes forward and back a really good amount. So combining both joints, you can almost crunch forward 90 degrees, so that's awesome. Then both joints going back, a very nice movement, and then the pivot is great at the waist also, and then you do get the swivel, so excellent movement at the waist and the torso. Then the arms here, we do have a very nice circular motion at the shoulders right there, and you can get the arms out a lot more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We don't have true bicep swivel. It is built into the shoulder there. Then we do have double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way, and they can swivel a tiny bit where it connects into the forearm, not as much where it connects into the bicep. Then we do a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. And I do have an issue with my wrist joints. Whenever I swap the hands, they like to split apart, so I have to snap them back together. It's not such a major issue, but it can get irritating a bit. And then for the legs here, we do have the drop down leg joints, so John Wick can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is definitely good. Goes to the back about 45 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here, and he cannot. Whoops, I ripped the leg off. He can't go out 90 degrees, but pretty close. As you can see, if you force it too much, it will pop off the joint. And then we do get the hip swivel there. We do have single jointed knees that bend back a little more than 90 degrees, but that's basic for Mafex figures that are dressed in suits. And then for the ankles here, they do swivel pretty well. They hinge up really good actually, and then hinge down pretty damn good also. And then we do get a very nice ankle pivot, as you can see right there. Then we do have a nice tight toe hinge. So overall, we definitely do have some very nice movement with this John Wick, especially for him being dressed in a suit. So you're still going to be able to get him in some really nice, badass Boogeyman-like poses. I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the MAFEX Chapter 1 John Wick. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I definitely have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but I know my buddy from Agelessgeeks will definitely be getting this in stock, so you can check at their website, Agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. And here's the top of the box, and then the one side of it here. Damn you! You can get John Wick to look up about that much. It would go. What the heck was that? And then thought I broke something. A couple other suited Mafex figures. We have the Chubby Chupach and Chippy Choo, and I think this John Wick scales well with the other. The Infinity War Thor and the Revolt. The SH Figure Arts Infinity War. What the heck? I was way off there. The SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the. Damn it. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. Damn it, what happened? But not as much as the face on the right, which is the non-battle damage face. And they did a very nice job with the paint and sculpt all throughout it. I love the way the cuts and stuff look on it, damn it. Which does look more like damn it, his name is Keanu Reeves, not John Wick. That's just the character he plays.